Imagine a world with no nurses. Just think about if you rushed to the hospital and there were no nurses. Who would register you to see a doctor? And who would take your vitals or give you an IV? What if there was no one? I'm going to go over the facts of why there's a nurse shortage, how a nurse shortage affects us, and what can we do about it, and how do we fix the nurse shortage. Nurse shortage is a real big issue right now. There is a huge nurse shortage, and it is all over the United States. According to the American Association of Colleges of Nursing, the nurse shortage is only going to get worse as the baby boomers begin to age. The need for nurses to care for them grows, and nursing schools are having a shortage in faculty, which is making the schools struggle to be able to have enrollments because there are not enough staff to teach the students. The nurse workforce is expected to grow, but nurses are becoming of age to retire, and there are not enough new nurses to fill the gap of the nurses retiring. I do not think there is enough awareness of the shortage in nursing. I think with more awareness and more information on the steps to becoming a nurse, with help, educate people, and just maybe we can make it so there is no such nursing shortage. Nurse shortage, is that news to you? Did you know there was a shortage of nurses? According to a health workforce analysis by HRSA, authorities are projecting the shortage of full-time nurses in 2025 to be 78,610, and in 2030 they expect it to be 63,720 full-time nurses. That is still a lot of nurses needed. The Institute of Medicine predicts that increase for nurses to jump 80% to enhance patient safety. Can you imagine not having nurses to keep a hospital running safely? Nursing school enrollment is not growing fast as the projected demand for nurses. There's a shortage of nursing school staff, and that is making it hard for schools to take more enrollments, so they are limited to how many they can accept. According to a report on 2023-2026 enrollment and graduations in nursing, the U.S. nursing schools turned away 65,766 qualified applicants in nursing programs in 2023 because of not enough faculty, clinical sites, classroom space, and clinical preceptors. That would have almost covered the shortage alone. According to the 2022 National Sample Survey of Registered Nurses, 23% of RNs have retired or plan to retire in the next 5 years. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the number of Americans aged 65 and older is projected to increase from 58 million in 2022 to 82 million by 2050. That is 23% of the population. With an increase in older population, there will be an increase in the need for nurses to take care of the older population. With the pandemic, insufficient staffing and raising the stress levels on nurses and making job satisfaction suffer and making nurses leave the workforce. Many studies have shown a connection between the levels of registered nurse staff and safe patient care. When you start to run on less nurses, then the patient safety is not always met because there aren't enough nurses to run things exactly how it should be run. Less nurses and more patients makes things more stressful and makes it harder to get the patients taken care of safely because they are in a hurry to keep up with the workload. The New England Journal of Medicine published findings that stated insufficient nurse staffing was related to higher mortality rates. The solution to the nurse shortage: there is hope. We can fix the nurse shortage. How do we fix the nurse shortage? By making people more aware of it. Knowing is half the battle. Also, people may not know the steps to becoming a nurse. Knowing that may help people to be able to find out how to become a nurse and make it less of a shortage. What are the steps of becoming a nurse in Oregon? Choose a nursing program, graduate from an approved program, pass the NCLEX RN, apply for an Oregon RN license. According to the American Association of Colleges of Nursing, the nursing schools are seeking private support to help expand student capacity in hopes to be able to take on more nurse students. so that there will be more nurses when the aged nurses retire. According to the study of Pennsylvania hospitals, there is an association between high patient to nurse ratios and nurse burnout, and shows increased urinary tract and surgical site infections. By reducing the nurse burnout, it can improve both the well-being of nurses while lowering the ratio of infection and makes shorter hospital stays. According to the Journal of Nursing Administration, research has shown that there is a link to bachelorette prepared nurses to lower mortality and failure to rescue rates. To address the nurse shortage, schools are preparing more bachelorette prepared nurses in to help ensure access to safe patient care. The more nurses we can get trained, the better healthcare will be, and it will lessen the nursing shortage. I encourage anyone who likes to help people to investigate becoming a nurse. There is a huge need for nurses, and you can make a difference. So in conclusion, there is a nursing shortage. We need more nurses. If you didn't know, hopefully you know now. If you were thinking about becoming a nurse and it was what you want to do, then now is the time. There are schools out there with great programs to help you become a nurse, such as OHSU, KCC, and OIT, and many more. Healthcare will always have a need, and you will always have a job. There will never be a day when someone will be like, well, we don't need nurses anymore. People will always be sick and get injured, and will always need someone to take care of them. If nursing is not for you, then help share the word. It will be for someone, and maybe someone you know. So share the information and help get it out there to the right people. If we can get more nurses, then we can lower the nursing shortage and make for health care. More nurses means less patient to nurse ratios, less risk for infections, and better and safer patient care. It takes a special person to care for someone who is sick or injured, and that special person might be looking but not sure where to start and how to become a nurse. So if we share the awareness and help guide people in the right direction, and in the end, we will help make the nursing shortage not so scary.